No! God! No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Give me back my bobs.
I'll be the first to admit I'm a filthy casual when it comes to gaming. I have a love-hate relationship with gaming. Always have since the NES popped into my life when I was 4. I also hate video games because I tend to get sucked into them instead of pretending to be working. Kinda hard to plead the case that you missed a deadline with your joystick in your hand. But I recently got back into gaming, and wouldn't you know it, just in time for the culture war to make its way back. Gamergate 2 is here, baby! First game I picked up was Starfield, not because of the pronoun debate that seemed to infatuate the internet for 2 whole hours, but because it looked like the type of game I always wanted. Interstellar travel, space dogfights, land on a planet, blow shit up, explore the planet, blow more shit up, steal some space cash, leave the planet on fire, go to the next planet, have some sex, see what happens. But it turns out Starfield wasn't what I wanted. You could barely explore anything. Combat was boring, dogfighting in space made me sleepy, no sex. I didn't see what happened next. I turned it off. Maybe one day I'll go back and complete it, but I doubt it.
I got a better idea. No fucking way.
The next game I got, though, was Cyberpunk 2077 2.0 because I was looking forward to this game since the PS4. But seeing how broken the initial launch was, I might as well have been mixing my dog's food with shredded money. When 2.0 dropped, CD Projekt Red clearly put time into fixing their shit, and well, this has turned out to be one of my favorite games of all time. You can mix and match your character's body parts. I can be a man with giant tits and a huge hog swinging between my legs. No 2-hour Zwitter meltdown over that. I don't know why, nor do I care to explore. Rest assured, though, my character in the game is a mirror image of me. A man, totally ripped chest, and a massive dick.
Know what? You're starting to remind me of me. 50 years back. Minus the charisma. An impressive cop.
So here I am, in the middle of traversing Night City, packing more firepower than the US has given the Ukraine, when Stellar Blade enters my line of vision, strutting her dumper right in front of my face. What am I supposed to do, not look? I'm legally blind, but she sure as hell cured my vision problems real quick. Ah, but she's only on the PS5, and I'm gaming on PC now. I must admit, I did contemplate buying a PS5 for Final Fantasy Rebirth, and now this. But I can wait. It's going to come to PC within a year or two, and the recent news on Sony censoring Stellar Blade made me thank God I don't give in to my impulses as much anymore.
I'm thinking maybe I'd like to try me some of that cocaine.
You see, Sony has decided to go against all of its wisdom and censor multiple Stellar Blade outfits. Once again, a company bends the knee to those who don't purchase their products. At the moment, the only workaround is if you have a physical copy of Stellar Blade and refuse to update the game. I have seen some reports going as far as saying to make your system go offline to avoid the stealth updates. Like I said, I'm a filthy casual to this shit. I don't know if this is a viable workaround. I'm a film guy. We tend to talk out of our ass. An ass named authority. Immediately, online petitions were posted, calls for a boycott were screamed, people canceled their PS Plus subscriptions, and there are people on Twitter like Grums and Cabrutus fighting the good fight. A fight I cheer on for multiple reasons, namely saving art from unnecessary censorship exacted by those who never intended to enjoy the piece to begin with. These are humorless people who want to make sure you're not having any fun as well. Also, I would like to preserve artistic intent. I'd rather tell myself I don't want a piece of entertainment rather than someone else dictate to me what I can or cannot enjoy. If Stellar Blade was marketed towards children, we'd be having an entirely different conversation. But this is a mature game for adults, marketed to adults, and slapped with a mature rating. Now, if stores decided not to carry the game because of the scantily clad ladies, well, that's their prerogative, and you won't see an argument from me, except for maybe that they will be missing out on all that sweet, sweet boob cash. Boom! Anyways, from the crowd I cheer on people like Grums as he fights in the Stellar Blade arena.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Jesus, I am, Grumps. I'm entertained, relax. As I chew on my popcorn while the lions are released on anyone who dares to complain that they got something they didn't pay for with Stellar Blade, I got to thinking about an adjacent fight. It's the physical media versus digital fight, one which physical media is badly losing. See, it wasn't too long ago when adults didn't need their hands held by faceless corporate giants run by DEI councils, a group of people who look to suck the fun out of everything while simultaneously bleed these companies' wallets dry. A DEI council is like a vampire coven. Once you invite them in, you're nothing but a blood bank. They have no idea what the customer wants, nor do they care. They are not interested if a company makes money. As soon as the company loses it all, they are knocking on the next company's door hoping to be invited in. Their only stake in customer satisfaction is as long as they get paid, and their message is at the forefront, they don't give a shit what happens after that. Funny enough, it takes a stake through the heart that would rid these vampiric councils out of our various arts. One way to make sure a DEI council doesn't end up in your living room is to buy physical media. The internet has made everything convenient. Streaming sites like Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, HBO's Max have made it to where you don't need to leave your house to find something new to watch or an old movie or TV show you'd like to revisit. Why buy a movie that takes up actual physical space in your home when you can buy it online and save it on a cloud? But here's the rub. This convenience has sparked the ownership war. When you buy a movie online, are you getting what you paid for? You get what a company gives you. A law on the internet is, the company that giveth can taketh away. For example, about a year ago, the Criterion Channel, a streaming service provided by the usually stellar Criterion Collection, added The French Connection to its library, a classic film that everyone must see. Just don't watch it on the Criterion Channel. Why, Copa, you handsome hypothesizing hunk of the hyperweb, you might be asking. You see, what was uploaded to the Criterion Channel server, the one you helped pay for with your subscription, was an edited version of The French Connection. A particular scene was completely wiped off the map. A scene I debated on adding here for context, but who knows if my YouTube channel would be nuked by showing it. It's a total of 6 seconds, where our anti-hero Popeye Doyle uses 2 racial slurs. One for Italians, which he calls his partner Buddy Russo, who's in fact Italian. I'm full Sicilian and I see no problem with this. He also drops the N-word in the context that you can't trust them. I'm not black, and I also see no problem with this.
Oh, naggers, of course. Naggers. Right.
Their conversation is broadened out even further when Buddy says,
He could have been white. Never trust anyone.
This scene speaks much of Popeye's hard-boiled character and also the dynamic he has with his partner Buddy Russo. They one-up each other just after Buddy was almost stabbed, all ending with Popeye telling Buddy not to trust anyone. Could be a banker named Bradley Whiteman. Don't trust him. It gives context to both their partnership and Doyle's mindset, all in 6 seconds. So who's to blame for this scene being edited out for modern audiences? Some say Disney, who owns Fox, the original production company that released The French Connection, and some say Criterion. With neither company expressing why the edit took place, I'm going to say it's both to blame. Disney turned over an edited version, and oddly enough, Criterion accepted it. The French Connection isn't the only one. Ron Howard's Splash got the Henry Cavill Justice League mustache treatment, covering that small slice of cake that was Daryl Hannah's ass and her nips, despite both only appearing briefly in a PG-rated movie. Let me remind you, this movie came out in 1983. You mean to tell me American society was much more relaxed back then about this sort of thing than they are now? They would make you believe that the US was controlled by Puritans back in the day. What the hell does that make these people now? Other pieces of entertainment that went on the chopping block were The Office on Peacock, the WWE on Peacock, and whole episodes have been removed from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia on Hulu, to name a few. And we're not even counting the mandatory talking down prologues attached to Gone with the Wind and Blazing Saddles on Max. And good luck ever finding a streaming service that dare runs The Birth of a Nation, despite every movie and TV show you've ever watched. Yeah, even that one, reference this film. Of course, the artists themselves can be just as smooth-brained with their own IPs. Famously, George Lucas changed, updated, and reimagined all 3 of the original Star Wars trilogy. The only way you can see Star Wars Unaltered now is if you still have the VHS tapes or find a copy sailing the high seas. So the question remains, did you get what you paid for? The answer is objectively no. Who's to say scenes unlike the one in The French Connection might frighten the future sensitives out there? Those easily can be on the digital chopping block as well when it comes to actually purchasing a movie online. It's already happened now with digital purchases of Studio Canal movies on Sony, all of it removed in an updated deal. Various people have complained that Apple iTunes has been removing movies from their personal libraries that they purchased. What you paid for is long gone because some faceless corporation said so. It's shit like this that leads to piracy and people not giving two fucks about becoming Jack Sparrow.
But why is the rum gone?
What is stopping a company like Apple from updating a film in its cloud servers while you stack Z's? And what about the integrity of the artist? Their vision is hacked to bits like a slasher in a sorority house because some DEI council said it had to go. It's ThinkPol from 1984. They surveil all media looking for anything they find that goes against the standards of their utopia. The more this is accepted, the more characters like Popeye Doyle will be reduced to secondary characters. Eventually, he'll be edited out of his own movie. You may not like what Popeye Doyle said to Buddy, but there are clear reasons as to why it's in the movie. The only sensible answer to this is physical media. Something tangible that you can hold in your hands. It's yours and they can't fuck with it. It can't be changed, updated, or taken away. But the future of physical media looks bleak with big box stores like Best Buy taking out their entire DVD and Blu-ray sections. Companies love this because their movies and TV shows are now tethered to the internet, meaning they have ultimate control. Not you, the one who paid for it. It's business 101, less demand, less supply. Living in a digital world means you'll own nothing and be happy. The more companies force digital downloads, the more they dictate how the demand goes. Ultimately, gaming has already gotten used to being tethered to the internet. When last gen's consoles were about to be released, Microsoft Xbox One made a huge mistake where DRM is concerned and had daily license checks on disks you bought. Microsoft heard the outcry from fans and turned off this feature in their machines. It was the last major win physical media has had. That was 11 years ago. Now game companies require the internet to fix the broken games they release, like Cyberpunk, instead of these companies making sure their game was good to go in the first place. You're constantly living in a perpetual state of now. Whatever offends hits the cutting room floor. Tomorrow it might be something different, and that tiny thing will have to go too, and so on and so forth until there's nothing left but color bars. But even then, color bars will be deemed offensive because not every color is represented. It was only a matter of time these updates were going to be used to fix not only your broken game, but completely alter the experience you thought you were purchasing. A lesson those day one Stellar Blade fans are getting at the current moment. In order to play the game that they wanted, hopefully they purchased a physical copy, remained offline while it's installed and played, or the automatic update will commence. All these hoops to jump through to enjoy what you slapped your hard-earned ass cash on. Those are the times we live in. And if you're saying, big deal, it's only an outfit, horny boy, or who cares, it's only 6 seconds out of an hour and 45-minute movie, these things are never going to stop. The censorship ball will continue to keep rolling downhill until it crushes you as well. The more time goes on, the more of a gamble it is to see your game updating. Are bugs getting fixed? Or is that character you thought you purchased going to become a non-offensive gray blob? Is that movie you purchased going to have the same scenes 4 years from now? Or is it going to be cut down to an unintelligible short film? Is that TV show you press played on going to have a prologue that treats you like a fucking child, holding your hand and saying, No, this was a different time when this was made? Physical media and refusing to buy day one will help sort this mess out. Until then, let freedom ring as we continue to download into this dystopian future of ours. If only we could sacrifice a little convenience and also patch the DEI bugs. If you enjoyed this video, you go ahead and smash that like button. While you're done doing that, hit the subscribe button. And then, after that, share this with your friends, family, people you hate. Maybe you don't like my content and just want to waste somebody's time. Do it, share it. Thank you. It is much appreciated. I'm out of here.